Hello, nice to have your company on Racing360 for a preview of Super Saturday in Dubai, the last lead-up race meeting to Dubai World Cup night. In Hong Kong, you'll see 6 group races, 7 in total, Jason, 2 at Group 1 level, top quality racing.
Always good to be able to get this lead-up meeting for 3 weeks' time, Joe. It is an indicator. 7 horses of the past 3 times this meeting was run have come out of it, and 1 on Dubai World Cup night. But there are obviously still a number of horses, therefore, that haven't. So it's an indicator, but not definitive.
The World Cup night preparation day, we could call it, with lots of prize money up for grabs, Jerry, just over US $1.75 million.
Yeah, prize money has never been an issue in Dubai. They've got the richest races in the world when it comes to World Cup night. As Jason was saying, that this prep is important, and I hope it's a lot easier than last year's meeting where my tips were more worthless than normal.
Well, this year, no exception. It's proving to be a very tricky meeting to analyse, isn't it?
It has, yeah. It would be helpful if we knew what pace would be in the race, and it's difficult sometimes with so many horses coming from the one stables to fathom what might lead or what might not. And then you also have the difficulty sometimes on the synthetic surface where it tends to favour horses in front. So we need to iron out those kinks tomorrow night before the World Cup in 3 weeks hence.
And a number of high-profile horses returning from long breaks as well. Hard to know where they're at the moment in their preparations as well.
Yeah, 2 in particular from the States, Dullahan and Little Mike, a Breeders' Cup turf winner, combined with the horses from South Africa. They're having the second run in. Igugu, she'll probably be one of the favourites for the last race on the card, the Jebel Hat, I would say possibly the best race on the card. But yeah, you could say it's horses who really need to get their preparation down fast now.
We're relying on you, Jerry, to find us a winner.
Okay, all right, I'll try my best.
For the 7 races that you'll see in Hong Kong tomorrow night, the first of those at 5 minutes after 9. That's the Al Basta Kia, the Maidan Sprint to look forward to, along with the Mahab Al Shamal, the Dubai City of Gold, followed by the Burj Nahar, the Group 1 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 3, and the Jebel Hatta, one of the great races on the program tomorrow night. Let's start by analysing the Group 1 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 3, and Hunter's Light backing up after a very good win in Round 2 of this challenge.
And also we get to see Monterosso, Joe, the winner of last year's Dubai World Cup. Daddy Longlegs, who has raced there before. Treasure Beach, who's been around the world. You've got Mendip and Casillano, who's stepping up in class and quality, but one to watch. Doesn't have a great draw though, numbers denoting barrier draws. Jerry,
Hunter's Light was very impressive winning Round 2 of this challenge.
He was. He won it going away. He's a horse he's a bit older, he's 5, but he's improving still. He's a horse, he just missed out on coming to Hong Kong. I understand there was a late hitch which prevented him from running in the Vase. Probably would have gone well in that. Prior to that, he'd won a Group 1 in Italy, and you could say that this is his best performance here, and he pulls well clear of the field.
Hunter's Light is certainly the form horse. He's going for 3 straight, and along for the ride, Silvestre de Souza, who was aboard last time.
Our winning rider is Silvestre de Souza. Silvestre, this horse is 8 from 16, but he loves you. He's 3 from 3 for you.
Yes, and Said brought the horse in here in a great form. So, and you know, I'm pleased the horse come out on 1. So he gave me my first Group 1 in Europe. So I was delighted when they offered me the ride. So he kept the ride on the horse. So I was happy.
And he looks like he's still getting better and better all the time.
I know, yeah, it's a bit funny, like, you know, the age is come and he's getting better and better, but, you know, he had a blowout out there, so he should improve again.
Well, he's obviously one of your favourite horses. A great win. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Godolphin with a very strong hand in this race. They also saddle up last year's Dubai World Cup winner, Monterosso, which has only had 1 start since winning the Dubai World Cup.
Yeah, and it was a dismal failure as well. This is a dominant victory from last year. Interesting, he's had a couple of previous preparations around this carnival where he won fresh up over 2,400 metres, and this was a second up performance after he finished just behind them in the equivalent race last year. Can you expect him to be forward enough for, or ridden possibly enough to win? Oh, there's Mikel Barcelona going up 75 metres before the post.
I don't see why not. He's drawn 5. He probably wouldn't be back any worse than midfield. As you say, last year in this race he was 3rd. The year before that he won first up in the City of Gold. So a lengthy absence for this horse doesn't really mean much as far as history shows so far.
Yeah, so he should get one of the better runs in the race?
I think so. I think he can. I think he'll fare well on this. I think Hunter's Light is still the one to beat, but I think he could run second.
Now, you spoke of Dale Romans having a couple of horses from the States. Little Mike lines up over 2,000 metres and has to taste the synthetic.
Yeah, it's difficult. He's never won in it, and it's a new thing for him entirely. And a horse who's a 1.5 mile horse, winning on fast ground, winning the Breeders' Cup Turf, to revert to this. But the trainer intends that he wants to run him in the Dubai World Cup, and believes that he had this horse and Dullahan, who we'll also see later, that he wants both of them to run in the World Cup. I think it might be a bit optimistic. We'll see. And
by all reports, little Mike has settled in well to Dubai?
Apparently. He's first run since November, but it's a tough test for him. The other side of the world, fresh surface, you know, it's going to be difficult.
He'll learn a lot from it, I'm sure, Dale Romans, and we'll probably see him in 3 weeks' time, whether it's in the World Cup or whether it's in the Shima Classic 2,400 metre turf. Remains to be seen.
Okay, so tomorrow night, very important for the immediate future of little Mike in Dubai ahead of the World Cup. What about Treasure Beach? Jamie Spencer riding this Galileo horse?
He has been all round the world, hasn't won in a long time, was well beaten by little Mike in the Breeders' Cup.
Give it no chance. None.
Japanese horse, Trailblazer?
Ditto.
Zero chance whatsoever?
Maybe we could run third or fourth. If he could only finish sixth at Dunedin in the Hong Kong Vase a couple of years ago. He's a 1.5 mile horse on turf. He was fourth in the Japan Cup. Good 1.5 mile horse on turf, but coming back and trip that bit older on a new surface, I think it's difficult. Treasure Beach, you mentioned. The last time he won, he beat Cheers Joy, a Class 4 horse, by a neck in America.
Okay.
Work that one out.
We like your assertiveness there, Jerry. It's very important for this meeting. You've just got to put a line through some of them, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Surfer is a horse who's possibly interesting, number 6 in this. He was second last time. He's a little bit one pace, but he's genuine. But I think there might be a bit extra class here between numbers Hunter's Light, Monterosso and St. Bodolino. The Godolphin, I think they might snare this.
The pace is a little bit mixed in terms of trying to judge it. Jerry's already mentioned that last year it was very much a trap trying to judge how these races were going to be run, but a horse like Prince Bishop should be able to push forward. Surfer and Daddy Longlegs may punch forward as well, but you wouldn't expect there to be a really hard gallop with many of these looking towards their grand final in 3 weeks' time.
I think you've nailed it there. I think they're probably the 3 horses that'll be handy, and from barrier 4, Hunter's Light will be in the 1 out, 1 back position, and if he can produce the lick he had last time out, he'll win it.
So he's going for the hat-trick Hunter's Light, and we all agree that he's the one to beat tomorrow night in round 3 of the Al Maktoum Challenge at Group 1 over 2,000 metres. Hunter's Light, the top selection from us all. Varying opinions about how the placings are likely to play out, though.
Yeah, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 Godolphin, Monterosso, who goes well fresh, and St. Bodolino, a horse who's going to improve for the run, as Jason said last time out.
Yeah, I want to be with San Bodolino as probably the horse that might represent value. It's a little bit tough because the markets haven't been formed internationally for us to get a real guide on his price, for example, compared to Monterosso.
And I'm prepared to take the risk with little Mike for the first time on the Tap Eater. Not to be underestimated, a Breeders' Cup Turf winner. I hope he does race well on the synthetic tomorrow night. It's time for a break now on Racing360. As we do so, let's have a look at the outcome of this race last year, won by Capone.
Ready to run. Gates fly, and they're racing in the 3rd round of the Maktoum Challenge. Capone is giving them something to catch. And Capone wins the 3rd round of the Maktoum Challenge.